Welcome back to another episode of Misplaced Garage. Today, I have a pretty interesting one, and it actually sits right behind the camera. The garage is a mess right now because I just got home from that trip and I went to work, and all this stuff is just falling all out, trailer tires and stuff. But this car is going to be pretty exciting for the channel. It's a relatively rare Mustang, and it is indeed a Cobra, a real Cobra, long like my 94 in the backyard that I have. But this car needs some serious love. It is down for the count. Ta-da. This is my 1999 Mustang SVT Cobra. An authentic Cobra. These are getting harder to find. This one perhaps is not the greatest of condition. You can see the paint's kind of rough. There is moss growing all over it. Everything's green. There's nothing going on there that's good. It actually has true, these are Ford embossed or whatever, Ford stamped 2000 Cobra R wheels. But you can see somebody used them as curb finders, so that's pretty cool, but also kind of terrible. I think that these wheels are worth a lot. I might save them, or I might put a different wheel on. I know it needs new tires because somebody stretched these tires. The wheels need a way wider of a tire, but the rim kind of sticks out there, so that'll need new tires. Whole car is in relatively good condition, but needs a lot of love. Crack in the windshield. There's already a spider web on the car. Weird tint. There's like purple tint on this thing. I don't know if you guys can see it. This wheel has the worst of it. There is literally an entire chunk just missing. So I don't even know if that's fixable. Weird tint back here as well. Paint bubbling up. But this does have amber taillights. I do believe that these taillights are worth a lot of money. I think like $1,000 just for two taillights from 1999. This whole interior is full of mold and grossness that I don't even want to clean, but I know I have to clean it. Now we're in the heart and soul of this beast. As you can tell, there's one of these heat protectors, and then there's another Cobra heat protector that we just laid on top. I actually don't know what car this is from, but I have that. I think that's the same one, but yeah, this entire engine bay is all taken apart and just, yeah. So as you can see, I got a lot of work ahead of me. This will be a very difficult engine for me to rebuild since I've never worked on anything that is dual overhead cam. But here we are. I'm gonna learn. It needs a new radiator because a long time ago I do believe I broke the spout nozzle off. It's made of plastic and it literally just tore off in my hand. So that was not very cool. But at the end of the day, this is a Mustang Cobra, and it will live again. I am not parting this one out. Don't ask me to buy the amber taillights because those are staying on this car. This car will live again. And if you're wondering why this engine is torn down, I tore this engine down a very long time ago. I think 6 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago. The reason is, I think it's this passenger side head. The coil pack literally sent an electronic shock through the metal, and the head cracked down at the base, so you could hear like it pushing out air as you like turn the engine over. You could hear like a literal leak coming from the head. So that's where we're at. Cracked head on one side. I hope I don't find anything worse further into the engine. This Cobra is indeed lowered. It's got caster camber plates here. I do believe it has Bilstein shocks on it. Yep. Cobra brakes, obviously. I forgot what brand these are back here. It's got a MagnaFlow catback, which sounds very good for this car. I think that's one of the best exhaust setups. It has factory manifolds, so those are just cast iron. But it's got the 5-speed transmission, leather interior. It's all tan except for whatever the top of this. I don't know if that's considered a brown. But this car came with basically all of the parts to fix it. It has another set of heads off of a 99 Cobra with a little bit less miles. So I'm probably gonna have those ported and polished depending on the price that somebody asks. But here we are. Here is the next project car on the channel. So before I got started working on the 99 Cobra, I decided to finally build something that I've needed for a long time, which is a bench. I hate working on the ground. It's been really annoying, so I built this bench top. Sorry if you guys can hear the AC unit, but it's about 90 degrees outside right now, so it's really hot. But I built this bench. It's pretty flat overall, but the only problem I found was I didn't have enough clamping power when I went to build it, and the glue dried so fast that I couldn't buy more clamps in time, so I got some cracks in it. But that's not the end of the world, since I'm going to be absolutely hammering on this, so I'm not too worried about it. I can always take the screws off and build another one whenever I decide to do so. Now, this should be a good sized workbench for me for a little while, until I expand the shop a little bit bigger, but this will work. I'm gonna put the vise somewhere right around here. I went and bought some bolts for it so that thing doesn't move at all. So while I was looking for some larger washers, I actually came upon these, which I used in a project for the Triumph Spitfire. I had some leftover ones, and these are massive, and they fit just about perfectly. So these should help keep the vise down, and hopefully it doesn't rip apart all this wood. I was gonna make a metal bracket below, but I think these should suffice. For being aluminum, it's not very light. Now you might be wondering, why is it wrapped in cardboard and duct tape? It's because this car traveled like 400 miles to get here, and I did not want to destroy either of these heads, and cardboard was what was available at the time. So kind of cut into these things and see what's going on in here. If you've been following the channel for a while, you know that I've been waiting so long to build a bench, and now that I finally have one, it is the most relieving thing ever. This is nice being able to stand and work on something. It's like, I've almost never experienced that before. So before I put these on the car, I'm gonna have a machine shop go through them just to be sure that there is nothing wrong with them, and that they are good to go on a car, and hopefully these will make the car run again. What I'm hoping to have a machine shop do is hopefully they can go through this head and tell me whether it will be good or not to use on a car. I hope that they can clean this up, maybe put it in a hot tank or whatever they do, and or tell me if the bottom where the valves meet the engine, the top of the deck, Hopefully they can tell me if that's perfectly flat, and if not, they can just level it. They take off like one millionth of an inch or however much they take off. But hopefully these heads are good just to chuck back on. I would like to get them cleaned. I see that there's 2 different kinds of hardware on here, so I don't know if this has been taken off before or if that's how they normally are. Either way, take it to somebody who knows more than I do about this, because this is very complicated of a head. There's a whole lot going on here. It seems like the chain tension is okay up there. Either way, somebody who knows more than I do obviously would be best. But other than that, if you guys like the video, if you enjoy my content, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.